My name's Yann Martel. I'm a Canadian writer, and I'm in Peru here with Cape Farewell. Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic trip. Challenging at times, but that's good. That makes for the best memories. I especially remember the Trocha Union, which is this trail that goes from a hill high above the rainforest and the cloud forest straight down through a cloud forest, and took us 2 days. It was about 14 kilometers. And the vegetation was so extraordinarily rich. I'd never seen anything like it. Moss growing everywhere, an exuberance of plants like I'd never seen. And we were hiking down this V shape down the landscape. And the vegetation sometimes got so thick that we were going through tunnels of vegetation with roots falling, the sun, the sky blocked out by roots, and seemingly trees were just growing out of air and moss and nothing, with hardly any soil. I'd never seen anything like that, such an exuberance of greenery. Also these rivers, we spent 3 days going down the Madre de Dios, the Mother of God River, which is one of the many, many rivers that eventually leads to the Amazon River. And it was extraordinary going down this boat, seeing this wall of vegetation on either side of the river, and endless, going on for hundreds and eventually thousands of kilometers. It was the size of this place, it really imposes itself on you. It was interesting. What struck me about the science part of this was the stereotype that was shattered. I had a vision of scientists as people who worked in lab coats in clean laboratories, and I'd say, shocked at seeing how arduous field research is. So for example, one day we went to this plot that Oxford University has set up to study the biomass. In other words, the totality of the living matter in that area. And we were given the task of measuring the height of trees, and it was incredibly difficult. So I come out of this trip with a huge respect for the methodology of science. It's an arduous task that's very difficult to get at, trudging around in mud, so much sweating, so much slipping. And out of all that comes eventually a picture of what's out there. My project here is to bring words and music together. I was asked by the Montreal Symphony Orchestra to compose some words that would go with a Beethoven piece called The Creatures of Prometheus. And they initially proposed that I write about the French Revolution, because Beethoven was inspired by the French Revolution. And then I received this invitation from Cape Farewell, and I came to Peru. And while I was here, I decided that instead of writing about the French Revolution, it'd be far more interesting to write about a more current revolution, which is the climate change revolution. I will write words that will not be sung, they will be spoken by an actor, and I have to create some narrative so that the words are in dialogue with the music somehow. And I'm going to use I'll use the myth of Prometheus. He stole fire from the gods and brought it to humanity. This idea that until then humanity lived in the cold, had no heat, and then Prometheus gives him fire. And I thought, how perfect, now that we have fire, what happens? We overuse fire. We're overheating our planet. The story I had in mind was Prometheus speaking and commenting on the gods, on his theft of fire, and commenting on what humanity has done with it. So that's my project, to try to make climate change not just a political issue, not just a scientific issue, but a broader cultural one.